Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure I present to you Criff Holloway's Holloway Cover Spectacular.
Thank you. It's that time again when we gather round with friends, share a cup of holiday cheer. Every boy and girl, we getting gifts. I'm just hoping my father to call. Tammy will be getting Strusen, Johnny will be getting an Alvin, and I'll be getting a scathing letter from my wife, calling me worthless. Yeah. Oh, it's the happiest time of the year, full of cover cheer. I'm so happy, I think I put my head in an oven, you know? So don't you fret, and don't you cry, unless your heart's been cut out by your wife. So gather around the tree and say a prayer to the cover kings.
Wow, so good to hear from Criff Holloway. One of the great talents of the holiday age,
Criff.
folks. Yeah, we had a super fun, festive show planned for you folks.
Yeah.
Was that him playing at the Cheese Dust Center?
Yeah,
He was the cheese dust
the one that burnt
inductee.
down, or the new one?
He cut the ribbon. I believe he cut the ribbon at.
I've never seen the Milk Valley
Dusty
pull
Cheese.
together so quickly,
Here's
like
the thing.
this community did
If
when they wanted a new cheese dust.
If you
center.
have all-star holiday talent like Criff Holloway
You
backing
gotta have
you,
a place for them.
there's nothing you can't accomplish.
So you may wonder why it's called the Cheese Dust Center. Well, in the Milk Valley, it's a huge
not at all.
it's a huge producer of various cheese products.
Right.
And
Cheese,
what really saved the town? There was an economic downturn.
Like cheese
and
loggers?
What happened was the Cheeto came out, and
yes.
they're the premium manufacturers of the cheese dust.
Oh.
And so because that saved the
Wow.
town from bankruptcy,
Right.
they named their biggest auditorium the Cheese Dust Center.
Folks, and that's a holiday miracle. Milk Valley is filled with holiday miracles.
That's why you got Chester the Cheetah just doing cheese dust rails on the top banner.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
that
that's what
came
they were
from
going
Milk
for. They were
Valley.
going for something else, but if you look at the banner long enough, you know what he's doing.
Yeah, and Milk Valley, they do their special. They squirt mustard in every bag.
Ooh.
So,
mustard bags.
so,
The mustard bag capital of the U.S. Their claim to fame.
wrap that and send it to your grandma. She's
That
gonna want
explains the
that
shape of
mustard
the
bag.
topiaries at the town hall.
Anyway, folks, whatever you're celebrating this holiday, we know here at Cover Decoder that you've heard Christmas music, all right?
Yeah, you've heard it.
It's everywhere. And so we thought, what better way to celebrate than to bring up some of the most atrocious covers of the season.
Okay.
So it's going to be a super fun episode. But before that, welcome back to the show where we unwrap.
Who's that?
That was weird.
What?
Sorry. Let's try that again, guys. Sorry, hold on. So welcome back to the show where we... Dude, what the fuck? Guys, hold on. Sorry. Hold on a second. So...
God.
What?
No.
Criff,
Wait,
Criff,
what's going
you
on?
can't be
Okay,
here.
Criff's here? All right, just be cool.
Let the chairs sing balls of wreath. Criff,
Hey, Criff.
Criff.
What is going on here?
You can't be here.
Hey, boys. I
Hey, buddy.
hear the cover Decoders were in town again. It's all Criff Holloway.
Yeah.
Criff, buddy, we talked about this. You can't keep coming in here.
Listen here. Criff Holloway just dropped in from Empanada Night at Fiestas. And I've got a special...
You're looking a little pale.
I've got a special episode for you boys.
Criff, you don't look so good, buddy. Maybe
Yeah.
we should just...
Dude, are you gonna throw
No,
up?
it's
Yeah.
fine. Don't touch. Listen,
Hey,
boys.
man.
Boys, come here. Lean, Inks, Brendan
Right.
here. Get in here. Can you smell my empanada breath? Can you smell?
Good.
No worries, it's fine.
No.
Listen here.
How many
No.
how many empanadas did you have?
It doesn't
Louise.
matter. Here's
Listen.
the thing. Beeps, imps, face mask. I know you boys have been good, okay?
Yeah, you got to wear those. Where
Listen,
is your face mask?
Hey, Criff, listen, we were in the middle of doing the intro.
Oh, it's fine. I can do your
You
intro.
are extremely at
Listen,
risk.
this is the show where we open the present of hope. And we find the alimony check and an empty apartment that smells like mothballs.
Guys, I am
yeah, here
so
we go
sorry.
again.
Listen.
Hey,
I've got something very important for you boys. Come here.
look,
Listen here.
Criff, you can't.
I don't want to get close to you at all.
You can't be dwelling on this stuff,
Criff.
man.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Imps, I know you've been a good boy. Every night you go in your son's room, you read him a Betty's story. You read him a Betty's story, even if he's sleeping. And you do that to help him with his nightmares.
Well,
I've seen it.
yeah.
I've seen it.
Wait, how
You've
have you
seen
seen
it?
that?
Hey,
Brendan,
come on now, Criff. Look.
Brendan, you rub your wife's bunions, even if it disgusts you.
My wife doesn't have bunions.
Or the door's closed. You know what? You know how I know this, boys? Because I break into your houses at night. And I climb under your couch.
That explains a lot.
And I
of it.
watch you.
This is
Yeah, that
totally...
explains
No, listen,
I
here's the
remember I
thing.
asked you about that. If you guys were having that same
Sometimes
smell.
I pretend that my face is on your faces.
Oh,
And I
look,
think
dude.
about your happy families.
Okay, guys.
This is getting
I'm
a little
sorry.
Buffalo Bill.
Let the rings of bells and steeples.
You're not even saying
That-
real words,
he's just
Criff.
making it up.
Listen, okay, here's the thing.
Criff.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. But you're good boys. I wanted to drop off some presents. Because I found this sack. I just found this sack laying around. And so I want you each to take a gift. And I want you to look at it and look at the covers.
This is
Well, Criff.
this is what I got Brengineer.
Yeah.
Criff, did you take this from our houses?
Don't worry about it.
Criff, that's theft, man.
Listen, I was already in there. I figured it was probably fine.
Okay, Criff, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. That's
Yeah.
enough. Get out.
Listen, I was gonna sleep
Criff,
in your
buddy, you
closet
gotta-
tapes.
Be gone.
I'm gonna
Just
get
go.
it.
You can't sleep in the closet. Last time, I couldn't get the smell of cheese logs out of there for like a week, dude. Okay, you can't sleep. Okay,
Tapes.
I'm gonna be back. Don't worry.
Don't make eye
I
contact.
won't make stains.
Okay, folks.
He's gonna make stains.
He's gonna make so many stains.
Shit. Okay.
You better
folks.
hope that one of those gifts is a carpet cleaner.
Well, this was unexpected. I guess we're unwrapping presents from Criff Holloway.
Yeah.
I'm a
Well,
little.
those are presents that we got for each other that Criff stole. So
That's true. These.
I don't know. I don't know if that counts as a Criff, but I guess he delivered it. Delivered by
Also,
Criff Holloway.
Boys, you should probably think about locking your doors better.
These are
Yeah, I changing my locks.
we're
Putting up bar
we are
grills.
loaded with COVID now.
Well, folks, that's the season for you. You expect one thing,
Yeah.
and then a holiday miracle comes and breaks into your house.
A
steals your
sweaty, smelly, greasy holiday miracle.
Oh, I hope he doesn't eat out of the dumpster fiestas. Last
he's eating out
time,
of the dumpster,
dude,
yeah.
there was a streak from my
Yeah,
closet to my
Empanada
door.
Night does
It was
not.
like a slug
Empanada Night
trail.
was last night. So if Empanada Night for him is tonight, you know where he got those empanadas.
Well, folks, we were going to do holiday covers. Looks like we've changed the schedule. We're
Yep.
now doing Secret Cover Santa.
Secret cover.
Or should I say Criff Claus?
Santa. Criff Claus.
Well, I want to see what I have in my package. I mean, I know what I have in my package, but I want to see what's wrapped in my package. And
All right,
folks,
well, you go first.
look at this
All
thing.
right.
First of all, this is expertly wrapped. I don't know who. I have no
Listen,
idea of the
That
three
greasy
people in this
handprint
chat.
was not there when it left my house.
I don't
Or
know
maybe
who
it-
gave this to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell it. Oh, it smells like fresh carpets and old lemons. I don't know what that is. All right, it's wrapped in
And
reindeer.
Criff Holloway's hands.
That's
that bean, that greasy bean residue.
Yeah,
You know-
that's the bathroom spray. It's covered. he must have done something to it and then sprayed it with the lemon
All right,
bathroom
folks,
spray.
it's opening. The present is opening. Oh,
boy, what
it's
do
a
we got?
box. We have a
another-
box inside
Oh, no.
a box. Oh, UPS.
That's not a great cover, guys.
We spared no expense.
That's ups. Yeah. what can Brown do for you, Chris?
All right, folks. We're opening the box. Oh, it smells like more wrapping.
What the hell's going on here?
I knew Criff was lurking around. I had a suspicion, so I triple wrapped that.
Dude,
Good thinking there.
It's a common known fact that
Yeah.
Criff cannot get through packing tape. So, boy,
There's only so much the grease can get through.
What do we have here? This is amazing, folks. We have Palladium Books presents After the Bomb, a complete role-playing game by Eric Wujcik. Look at this.
I can't see it.
Look at this art.
You got the blur, baby.
That art's incredible.
It is phenomenal, folks. And you know what? It just so happens that Criff has bestowed upon us another holiday miracle and created slides for all of us. So,
Wow, he's really lurking hard. Like he knows what we're doing on a
please
regular basis.
please don't ask how he got our passwords. I don't want to know. Apparently, you can learn a lot in someone's closet. Anyway, folks, remember, if you're listening, you can go to the slides on our website and check them out. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. Okay, folks, this is
What the hell is
awesome.
this?
Awesome. Wait, Inks, is this from you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
this
I told
is
you.
rad. It's got
Criff.
robots. It's got okay, all right. You know
It's
what?
got dinosaurs.
Explain,
it's got
explain your cover.
bear people.
Okay, so this is. First of all, Inks knows me well because this is Tapesian, folks.
It's
What
very
you're
Tapesian.
looking at is a gigantic robot with this giant hand reaching down in this it's all very silver. We've got a lot of silver. It's very
Yep.
metallic. And he's
Very
reaching
clean
down.
and shiny.
Getting ready to crush. There's a
There's a horseman.
There's a Snake Plissken stallion.
Yes,
On the
I have
cover.
that in my notes. I have Horse Pliskin.
The horse Pliskin looks pissed, and he's nailing some robots, some Judge Dredd robots from the future. Next to him is his sidekick, Lion Cop,
Yeah.
who is wearing a green vest and is just slashing the shit out of a
Horse,
robot.
I'm too old for this shit.
And then behind them, you have Che the Elephant Man, the rebel from Africa,
ridiculous.
with his
Yeah.
bullet belt, just roaring into the night, getting ready to
And a
take
hairy
big
chest.
shit
This
on this
What do you see?
elephant has a hairy
He's-
chest.
He's lifting up that robot.
Inks, dude. This is
Yeah.
my
What
about
shit.
There's an eagle man.
Yeah, he's
Oh
got an
my-
Eagle Man. You
There's
see what
an
the Eagle
Eagle
Man
Man?
has? A katana.
Holy crap, guys! The art in this thing. All right, do you have art in here, Inks? This is phenomenal. There's a rooster smoking a cigarette inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't forget the Power Ranger and the Ninja in the background.
Well, I'm gonna tell the story of this cover, And
I wanna
this
know.
cover
This
was
is
actually
amazing.
provided to me by Tapes himself. He just doesn't remember it.
What?
Yes. So our story begins nearly 2 years ago during the dawn of the Kava Dakota conception. And Tapes was sending me covers on Instagram.
That's right.
And he was sending me these covers from these old RPG books about mutants. So when it came time
dude, yes!
when it came time to buy my gift, I remembered those days and I remembered the mutants. So this is a RPG called After the Bomb, and this cover art for this edition, this is the second edition. This cover art is by Scott Johnson, and he does a lot of the cover art for the Palladium books. And the other cover that I have here is for another Palladium book, and it's awesome. It's
Look at the alligator, man.
yeah, it's a bunch of still on the first slide.
Okay. I'm
Next-
jumping ahead. Sorry. This is total. This is total Ink's trunk, folks. We got raptors trying to take down a robot, and the robot's like, "Fuck you guys! They're made of steel."
Yeah, it's kind of his wheelhouse is to do these like action attack covers. And if you go to his website, you'll see all of his covers that he's done. Like, again, a lot for Palladium books for the Rift series. He's done work for Warhammer.
Dude, is this him with the Spider-Man blow-up doll?
Yeah, that's him. He's
really
kind of a hard guy to find.
Not really
Scott
sure if
Johnson.
what he's doing is right.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's a lot of Scott Johnson artists out there, and so it's kind of hard to find the right one. But I've got the link here, and he's done stuff for Dungeons and Dragons. He cut his teeth on illustration by working for RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars, BattleTech. And
man, this guy is everything for this group.
Yeah, and eventually he got on the payroll for Marvel, which was kind of his dream job. So and finally, I've got here with the plush, and then just in this little corner, I just put this other riff manual that he's got here that he's been nominated for many awards for. And if you can get a better look at that image later, that would be.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a good one. Here, I'll blow it up. Actually,
Oh, it's so cool.
it's really well done. It's really well done. But if you go to his website, it's like every cover is this action scene frozen in time of
Trunk. Tape's trunk right there. I want to see monsters. I want to see explosions.
Yeah.
I want to see a freaking horse with a machine gun killing
Horace
robots.
Pliskin. That
Horace
sold me.
Pliskin.
Horace Pliskin.
So if you go to the next slide, this is actually the first edition of After
I like
the Bomb.
this better.
You like it better? Well, explain it.
This better.
Here's the thing. Here's what I like. I like the art style of this better. I like the other cover more.
Yeah.
Because I like what's on it, but I wish it had been done with this like Sega art. This is awesome.
This is Sega. This is like kind of like it's got a lot of turd browns in it, and it just looks like something sad and faded you'd find in like
After the Bomb.
Dude, this is in the bins. This is in the bins.
Your friend who's like 50, still living with mom, won't cut the ponytail even though like he's balding. It's been on his shelf collecting dust for 30 years.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
all
he
the warriors
boasts
in this are
about
just
it.
a little fat and just a little
Yeah, they're
tired.
just a little husky. Well, I chose to get the second edition because it is like 250 pages thick. It is the complete game. There is sort of an evolution that has happened, and we're going to talk about it as we go through the covers. But the one that you now hold is its own game. It's got all the updates. It's got all the characters. It's got better rules and stuff. Because this original edition came out in 1986. It was only 48 pages long.
It's
Dude,
$5.95.
Dude,
What's
golden
$5
years of RPGs right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this was done by Peter Laird, or Peter Laird. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Now, Peter Laird was one of the duo that came up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to get the mutant connection.
Dude, this is where it starts.
Yeah, and this actually was meant to go along with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle RPG. So you can see up at the top it says a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle supplement.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
So I've actually
awesome.
this is connecting some dots. This is amazing.
Yeah, and so as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG was having its own supplements and being made after the bomb came out as a supplement, but then it started to peel off and become its own thing until eventually Teenage Mutant Turtles went one way, After the Bomb went the other, and now After the Bomb is its own game. So this artwork is by Peter Laird. It's great. I love it. It's very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's very 80s.
Let me give you folks a taste
flavor
here. We are looking at. Do you remember the scene in Terminator when they're in those like broken building trenches and all the Terminators are charging at them and they're just trying to make a stand against with their epic laser rifles? That is this, except the mutants are have shields and axe shovels. And they just don't stand a snowball's chance in hell against these Denny's.
Look at this little dog dude. He's got a little
Denny's warriors from the steel mill.
Something. Dinosaur. There's a lizard dinosaur man, and his shield is a stop sign.
Yeah.
Dude, he just looks kind of surprised. He's like, "Hey, what the fuck, man? I'm just trying to dig a hole here.
Get off me, bro!" Yeah. Well, and this was made as an idea of these mutants happened after the bomb. The edition that you have is a little bit more updated in his backstory, in that people were fucking around with genetics and creating, trying to get superpowers by combining themselves with animals, and animals were getting these viruses and becoming more human-like because they were getting spliced with DNA kind of accidentally. And this all led to all-out nuclear war. And so it's a little bit more updated, and it kind of goes along well with the whole idea of CRISPR, which is happening now. But back in the day, if you wanted to make mutants, all you needed was radiation and some bombs.
That's
okay?
right.
That's
and
all you needed was some
on.
willing critters and some radiation.
That's right. You could sprinkle that on your dick, and you'd have a twin brother hanging off your front sack.
Now,
real quick before we move on.
Yeah.
Something really cool that Scott must have been a fan of. The robot. If you look at the robot,
on the first one or the second one?
On the second one, on this edition.
So this is Peter.
Yeah. So if you look at Peter's robot, right? Scott has taken Peter's robot.
Yeah.
And made the same thing on the cover, which is super cool. It's probably an encounter, but it's still really cool because it looks like he kept basically the same model, which I really respect. That's super cool.
Yeah, and again, this isn't a complete rewrite of the game, but it was kind of an update, and it was combining a bunch of the other supplements, because this first After the Bomb book is only one of 6. Now, if you click to the next slide, you will see the original covers that Tape sent me and said, "What the fuck is this?
Where we are.
What is this?"
Here's the thing. You come into our territory, you're going to get yourself wrecked. We're going to give you a little Recky and Brecky, if you know what I mean.
Ricky and Bricky Rocky.
Mutants Down Under.
Mutants
this is the
Down
coolest
Under.
cover.
This is my favorite one.
This is everything. This is life, folks. Buy this.
And I have to say, the artwork inside this one is great. Now, this cover is by Kevin Eastman, the other half of the TMNT duo.
This art is a lot more recognizable of what you would find in those early comics, those 80s comics that were dark and gritty, before it got kid friendly, know?
Well, Kevin kind of has his own style. His creatures and his characters are very squared off and angular.
Yeah,
why don't you explain the
shapes.
cover on this one, Brendan? Engineer.
So what you got is oh man, where to start? Okay, in the sky you've got these you've got these blimps. They look like frickin' honey baked hams with that net, like Pinhead's face in Hellraiser, and they're floating around up above a cloudy sky, and then below you got one side of what looks like a battle. So you've got this team of kangaroo warriors and dingo warriors and koala warriors.
Dude,
and
but they
they're
got
all,
like the Aussie hats. with
They've got the
buttons
Aussie
flipped up.
hats.
They're wearing
and
the Dresden hats.
They've got and they've got like the shorts, the Aussie shorts.
Oh man,
the high, waist high shorts.
Yeah. I love.
And they're ready to go into battle, and it is hilarious. And
I
awesome.
love Wombat Ventura up front here. He looks like
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Ventura from the Predator.
Oh yeah,
Dude, yeah.
You could be a sexual tyrannosaurus.
You're a sexual tyrannosaurus when you become a mutant. That's right.
Yeah. Hi.
He's just chewing on some eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
a go at me. This
is the best thing ever. I really want to play this.
Yeah, and the hard part is again, these supplements are kind of outdated because they were meant to go with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, but I gotta believe that there's some way you can kind of mutate these older ones to fit with the newer game.
Oh yeah, all these supplements you can bring back for sure.
Yeah,
and you can find it's funny, inks that you like. That this is where we're going because after we found these covers, I looked this up because I need to own this. And
you can get the PDF.
You can get the PDF.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I found the actual book, but it's
you got to have the actual
this
book.
stuff gets expensive.
Yeah. If there's a whole group of collectors who just find and collect and trade all these old RPG books.
Yeah.
And I consider myself to have a good collection of RPG books and module boxes and things like that. Just because I love going through it and looking at the maps and reading the rules and all that kind of stuff. But like, you get on the Instagram and you check out some of these guys and gals who are collecting, and it's mind blowing how much stuff they have.
Yeah. Well, this one you can actually get brand new from the Palladium website.
What?
But again, I wanted to start you out on the main game. But this one has probably my favorite artwork in it because it has a bunch of these sketches done by Kevin Eastmen. And again, you get that real raw, that grittiness that you had with the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And again, in that duo of Eastmen and Laird, I guess it was Eastmen was doing the sketches and Laird was doing the inking. Now, Laird, again, is an artist in his own right. But you can see whose style really drove the covers.
Yeah, absolutely. They went with that penciled kind of edgy look.
Now, the very first cover that you sent me that was related to this whole mutants after the bomb business was the Mutants in Avalon. Now, this is
my favorite thing I've ever seen.
One of the last books. This is the second to last. I think the last one is Mutants.
Yeah, it's a snail rider.
Well, and the idea too in this future is that most animals are now mutants, they're dead. So there's not really anything to ride until you find yourself some wheeling insects.
Okay.
This makes snails look so terrifying. So what you have dead center is this knight with wings for some reason. Well,
if you're gonna have yourself a bloody snail, you gotta have your wings to go on top.
Why this winged knight needs to ride a snail and not just fly around is beyond me. But he's riding this snail with a spiked shell, and this thing is jumping through fire, dripping this slime, which I can only imagine is like completely
acidic. It's gotta be acidic, yeah. Melting
and
faces.
It is just about to just land into this group of evil warriors.
Dude, and you know that frickin' Judas Priest is playing in the background. Snail Rider! Run for the light!
Well, I think it's kind of cool. The art in this one, again, is the sketches are great. And the sketches in all these books are awesome. They really harken back to that, like, D&D monster manual style. They're all like that,
absolutely,
pin sketches.
And this has the stuff that D&D has lost. D&D has taken up the mantle of Wizards of the Coast, pounding out. I mean, it's not all bad, but it's like we talked about with Jason Shook. It's it's cheeseburger art. It's all the digital stuff. Every piece of art in this fucking book is an amazing ink sketch.
Yeah.
This is art in a book that you want to like. I don't even if I don't play this, which I'm going to play this, I would spend hours looking at each character.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And again, it leaves something up to the imagination when you just have that sketch to give you an idea of what you're looking at, but you're not in full color seeing every curve and every hair, and you don't have partial ownership of that. And what I've heard too about these books is like people are like, oh well, they didn't really redo the game, they just updated it. But for some folks like us, that's a good thing. We just want it to be slightly updated, more playable, but we don't want you to totally rewrite it because we love the 80s, we love the 90s, we love that stank, that sweat.
I want that kind of chunky, clunky, make no sense system. I want that.
Yeah,
right.
Give me the
again,
endless number charts. It's what I crave.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, and that's the other thing too. Is like in the newer edition, the mutants are a little bit stronger than some of the older editions. So, but there's like different things like, oh, you have claw points. That means that you have extra attack because of your claw points.
These books are giving me trunk points.
These are trunk points. And finally, I just want to take a look at the fellas themselves, and I want to show you too the cover of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Dude, look at these nerds. Look at this guy. This guy looks like his head belongs in a carton of eggs.
This guy's great. He's got the aviators. He's and I love their evolution.
Make an omelet with all that art.
Yeah. And so we got the cover here for the 1985 that started this whole thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness. And this is what set it off. This is actually a cover by both guys, Kevin and Peter, working together. And then here is the original cover art for the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's so different.
What the medium is for this?
For the which one?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here. It looks like it's just ink.
Yeah, it is. It's totally just ink. Sorry, it's black and white. It's got some red in there. These guys actually they decided to make this comic. And they started the company called Mirage Studios because they didn't really have a studio. They just had kitchen tables, right? And they thought, you know what?
Hey,
they're seeing all this pop culture. They're seeing Karate Kids out. They've got these really popular comics like Daredevil, which if you know Daredevil, there's a lot of similarities between Daredevil and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, mainly being that Daredevil fought the hand, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight the foot. The
Foot Clan.
Yeah, his mentor was Stick, and the Turtles' mentor is Splinter. But they were also kind of riffing off of the other popular books at the time, which was like Ronin, Cerberus, which had anthropomorphic animals in it. The New Mutants, which brings up the whole mutants thing.
Folks, if you haven't looked at the OG Turtles, it's not the Ooze
It's
Turtles.
so different.
It is.
It's so different from
dark.
the cartoon. Yeah, it's dark.
And the cartoon is what changed it. And it kind of led to the sales from these books and the RPG going down because a lot of the teenagers who would be playing those games were like, well,
this is kid stuff.
This is like kid shit now. So that's when you really start to see After the Bomb peel away from that because After the Bomb is a lot grittier. It's very dystopian, and they kind of want to separate themselves from this kid show.
Happened. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
You know, you have those things that evolve and they kind of peel off. And again, these guys, when they first printed this comic, they had like 3,000 copies. They did it from a loan from Eastman's uncle. They didn't really know that it was going to take off like it did.
Do it.
But one of the things that they did right though was Peter Laird was working with a newspaper. He was doing like illustrations for $10 a pop, in 1983. But he had known that one of the things that you do when you launch something is you come up with a press kit. And they were taking this 4-page press kit and they were giving it out to all the different newspapers and news outlets. Mm-hmm. And so when they launched this thing, they had more hype than other comics that just come out. And so they had to kind of build this company up and get this property ready kind of as fast as they could. And so there was a lot of wackiness going on.
They're
and if
just
you love
like
Teenage
posting it
Mutant
up
Ninja
on
Turtles,
all the street lamps, putting it up
Yeah.
on stop signs.
exactly. Hey kid, you want to pack some comics? So it's kind of one of those things that you find in the 80s. Same thing with D&D. There's just potential, just raw potential pouring into your kitchen, and you're just trying to keep up with it and ride that stallion. And sometimes weird shit happens, and after the bomb spins off and becomes its own thing, and now we have kangaroos fighting blimps and elephants lifting up
Dude,
cyborgs.
This is so freaking. Oh, dude, what a trip too! You went deep. This is awesome, folks. Because this was, wow, man. This had to be what
2 years ago.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
Yep.
dude. The seeds. We plant deep seeds here in Cover Decoder, folks.
We're deep
It
seeders.
all loops back around on itself.
Oh man, Inks, this is so cool, dude. Thank you,
Yes.
you,
Yes.
and thank you, Criff, for stealing the present and bringing it here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit earlier than I expected, but hey,
Jeez.
when,
and
as they say,
folks-
Criff happens.
Criff, oh man,
Yeah,
let's not use that
It
saying.
really does.
You say it 3 times, he appears in you with empanadas in
Oh
hand.
my God!
Folks, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. This hasn't gone away because at some point, after I figure out how to play this and we're able to do it, our Patreon viewers are going to hear us do a campaign of this.
Oh, that would be cool.
At least one session. It's
I
coming.
mean, it's a cool concept where it's like in the future, there's not very many humans. It's all mutants. It's a mutant land, and
I like mutants.
let's ride that. Duh, who does not love anthropomorphic animals? That's one of the first things I learned how to draw.
That's
Yeah, it's
right.
a blast.
And you
Yeah.
know what? It's going to tie us in at some point to Usagi. And we're going to get there on another episode. But Usagi and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they have a little crossover here and there.
Eventually, they had that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG where they were actually just going to different timelines and dimensions. So there was just like anything goes.
That's right. Dude, Inks, this is awesome. Well done. Bringing these cover lords to the surface.
Yes.
So these two gentlemen, they wrote and illustrated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes. Now they
Wow,
didn't write
badass.
they didn't write this
Right.
RPG. That was Eric. But yes, they wrote and illustrated. And you can kind of like, if you look through the original comics, you can kind of see their different styles playing off of each other. It looks like Kevin did a lot of the covers, but yeah, it was kind of one of those things that just happened, and the opportunity was there, and they aggregated they saw the writing on the walls, and they aggregated that 80s culture, and they concentrated it, and they held it like a glowing stick of plutonium, and they held it out to the public, and they dropped it, and people loved it. And
That's
mutants
right,
rose.
folks. Well, it's time to dip our hands once again into the greasy,
The greasy present pile.
and pull out. Inks, why don't you go ahead and pull something out of the sack?
My turn?
What you got in there? Grab a fork, brother.
Well, it's moist.
Get right in there.
Okay,
It's
what
a little bit moist.
Okay, what have we
here.
got here? What is the package? Let's see the package. Explain the
You like
package
this?
for the folks.
Yeah, it says
This is ASMR porn for some people right now.
What is it? Yeah, so what we have here is I just want to let y'all know that during the holiday seasons it's good to reflect on what's inside moist packages.
What's in
like
the
this one.
packs, man? What's
Yeah,
in the
it says Merry Christmas, enjoy. Well, it did say all that, but the inks run a little bit
It's
from
been
the
replaced
moisture.
with Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Spectrum, the best in contemporary fantasy art. Look, it's got a gurney on the front.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I need to
Now-
back up from my mic. Holy shit, it's got a Guernsey on the front.
Now,
Look at that.
I want you just to flip through that book.
All right. Here we go. Here's some more ASMR for you folks.
Now, careful, because you're going to hear some squelching noises. Inks is looking through an art book.
I need to find the dinosaur
So-
right now. Oh, it's an artist in the very front.
There better be
look at
a
that.
dinosaur getting his bone on. I'm just saying. That better be
Now,
in there.
what Inks has in his hands is Spectrum 1. The very
oh, wow.
first
This is the first one?
Spectrum book.
Dude, Gurn
Now-
Dog, right on the cusp, right on the lip.
Spectrum is a pretty
No.
important book. And you will find it in any major bookstore.
Oh, look at Wayland stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We
Now,
got
what
some
you're gonna-
Brom.
What you're going to find in this book is
look at
nothing.
Brom.
Yes,
Oh,
Elric.
dude,
Brahms
some
Elric.
cock. We got some cock.
Is that
folks.
Elric?
Cock has been sighted.
Is that the
That's Elric,
leader
dude.
of the Earth Salvation Force?
That's right.
That's right. So what this book is just art. It's literally art, cover art.
This is just trunk material for art.
This is if we
Role-playing
made a
games.
magazine.
Books, comics. It is just a book full of incredible art.
Look at this.
Freaking
Look
out.
at this fucking wizard in the
Oh,
subway.
dude, look at him hanging out on the train. He's like, no one asked me to do party tricks.
My boots
I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, they're
Now
not as
it's a very
charged.
clean presentation. All you're gonna see is art, and then the person who did it, and the client who hired the artist, and the year it was made. And that's all the book is. It's just a bunch of
This is
brilliant, beautiful, clean artwork, and it exists for fantasists, cover junkies like ourselves.
Oh man, this is the ultimate cover junkie.
We could literally, folks, we could do a whole season that's just going through each page.
This
and
is gonna just
explaining the cover.
I don't want too many people to see this because this would put us out of a job.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about any one piece really, but I'm just going to talk about this really cool book series. And one gets put out every single year. It's been going since 1994.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
You have to
this.
have the Schwarzenegger
What's
in your
reflected in
book.
his glasses? What's reflected in his glasses?
Oh, it's the White House. I'm going to stay there.
Oh, man, that's a bit.
Make up a bed for me.
Here's the thing, I'm coming. I'm coming. Just like
All right,
when I work
okay,
out.
I'm done flipping through it. I'm back to the show. What day is it? Okay, here we go.
When you go into the cover hole, it's hard to pull out.
This was created for Inks in
1994. So this book series was created by Kathy and Arnie Fenner. And it was created because they wanted some way to highlight and showcase great fantasy, horror, and science fiction artwork, right? Because the world is full of them. There are fantastic artists everywhere. And they wanted to have a platform where they could take all these artists and put them in one book and then release one each year. So essentially how the book works is there's a jury, right? A jury made up of artists and...
I want to be on it.
Damn it,
art
they have their own
critics.
cover cult too? Shit.
They do.
Shit.
And they look through all the submissions and they decide which ones are land in the book, right? So the nice thing about landing this book is there's not too many guidelines. You know, you can put as many of your paintings as you want in it. There's no screening process. You could just pour your whole portfolio into them, and you may or may not get a piece in this book. But what happens to the book is you get all these art directors and film directors and game creators all picking up this book, and they're looking through it. And so it's a really cool opportunity.
Dude, this
to
is your
get
ticket to
artists.
ride.
It's your ticket to ride. It's if you land in this book, you're going to start getting some commissions. You know, it's a big deal to land in Spectrum. So, so far there are 27 books, right? So it's been going on since 1994, and submissions are open for 28 right now.
What?
So
you can
Who's
just do
Spectrum
this.
28?
Any of you can do this. Your thing that you scrawled on that bathroom towel
Yep.
can go in here.
Yep.
Do it.
Yes.
Send it.
Now, if you look down, I add a couple of the images you'll see. This is a Michael Whalen here. I absolutely love this image. this is of a woman standing next to some kind of interesting looking pillars.
Oh, this totally influenced your stuff.
So
engineer.
wet.
It absolutely
I
has.
see echoes of this in your own paintings.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. The idea of a vast landscape and a figure.
Yeah, and the ruins and even just the color palette.
Well, and what's cool about Wayland's stuff, he does this actually pretty frequently. I think this is like a thing for him, where he does like a character and then he just has the environment, because he has one with shells. He has all these kind of ocean ones, but he turns his environments into the character.
Yeah,
like normally the hero or the whoever is what you're drawn to, but really the person, you could just miss them, and you're going to be looking at this incredible world, which is the character.
Right. Exactly, and the painting tells its own story, right? And for me, that's what a painting is all about. It's why I can't really get into abstract art necessarily and some other more modern arts, because for me those don't tell as much of a story.
Right.
These conceptual images, like, I want to know about the city. Clearly, it used to float. It used to float, right? Obviously. And somehow it crashed and sank into the sea. And who are these strange creatures, wandering through this weird, there's so many details, and it's so beautiful, right? And so you'll notice, actually looking through that book, Michael Wayland is heavily featured in there. There is a lot of Michael Wayland in there.
How could you not?
How could you not?
Going down one, you've got Bob Eggleton.
Dude,
who's also just
Bob Eggleton.
Dude,
Bob Eggleton, I cannot wait to talk about him.
Look at this. Oh, look at
those
these.
fatty boy. We're just coming for another snack.
Hey, everyone thinks you gotta have 3 flaps, but look at all these.
So in this image, you have these giant otherworldly worms, obesity slugs. I got a diabetes.
This is actually this is an ad for diabetes. Diabetic.
These guys, these slugs couldn't even eat these people on the cliff if they wanted to. No. It's going to take them way too long to reach.
Exactly. So you have these really famous, top-notch artists in these books, and people you've never heard of, right? So below here in the next image, you have a picture of the couple, Kathy and Arnie Fenner. Arnie looks a little scary.
Yep.
He looks like he just ate your heart.
Yeah,
and
she looks like that person where you tell a joke and they just kind of go, just laughing through their teeth, but they really think it's not funny.
Yeah, she's got like a +3 X-ray vision, and he is doing the best he can to suck in his gut, so she can't see what he had for lunch. Because if he's
got piercing eyes.
Yeah,
like piercing. Like these eyes are like lasering through my body.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving down, we've got the judges. The judges are various art directors, comic book artists, people who own art installations, are basically in high places of artistic endeavor, essentially.
They're the knobs you gotta polish.
Right.
You gotta get out that knob oil and you just gotta...
The knob oil, that's right. So first you got Alice A. Carter, Craig Elliott, Anthony Francisco, Courtney Granner, Forrest Rogers, and Che Yoshi. And like I said, and they're going to be looking through all of the art. Your
art, folks.
Your art. If you submit
Can I
these
ask,
people,
what do these folks do?
They're the judges.
They're the judges. Yeah,
they're going to tell you your product is not good enough.
Yeah, they're going to determine whether you land in the book or not.
Right. I just want to. I'm going to look up their background later because look, you got Goat Girl here. You know how to get in that book easy. You just paint a bunch of goats, anthropomorphic goats. Do a bunch of goat mutants. You're in that book.
So that's how you're going to get in. You're going to cater, huh?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of goats screwing. That's what she wants.
Now, the other part of this, I'm not going to go into everybody, but the advisory board is made up of a bunch of different people. Yeah.
You got
GB?
Oh, my
That's right. Okay,
Dude,
so
look
who
at
we
the
have
advisory
here?
board. Oh, I want to be in this room.
the advisory board, we've got Brom on there.
Oh,
we got
man.
Gurney.
Oh, mwah.
Gurn dog.
We got with a little monkey there, and then we have Ian McCaig, who looks a lot like Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Hang on.
No.
We got here a little art. A little
So
something.
what the advisory board's responsible
Mutant
for
goats.
is
Wow.
they're the quality control for the book. So they work with the book's art director essentially, and they're trying to make sure the content stays fresh. And that's just kind of what they do, right?
Dude, how is every page not filled with skin-tight leather and dinosaurs?
That's the dream.
Now,
That's the dream.
I put this picture of Ian McCaig on here because
He's got his own card.
he has his own card, right? And
I played
when-
Ian McKeag for plus.
What is this? Battle cards?
This is battle cards, dude.
Dude, he's in battle cards.
Yes.
What?
Okay. So I collect.
I cannot believe this.
Yes, I collect cassette tapes of Dungeon Synth bands, right? Because we talk about Dungeon Synth. I collect the cassette tapes, and I was getting cassettes from this label, and they would send these weird cards that had this amazing art and these amazing borders, but they were
incredible.
There were scratch-off cards, like with a coin, and it was a card game. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, I need to learn more just to have the art, because the art is amazing on these things.
Right.
And so I end up buying, like, a giant box for, like, $15. I have, like, 300 cards of this game. And so, Taped and I are playing, like, looking through these, like, ripping these packages over, sorting through these cards, and we come across this one called Ian McCaig. And
That's
we're like,
right.
Ian McCaig? What? All these guys have really cool, all these characters have cool names.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
Ian
like-
McCaig?
Yeah, the
What's up
Blood
with this?
Sorcerer and the Dragon King, and you got Ian McCaig.
Hey, I'm
You're
Ian.
like, what the heck? And so I'm doing this episode, and I see Ian McCaig, and I'm looking into his background, and I see battle cards. I'm like, what?
Dude,
It's-
what?
it came back.
So he created
man.
the battle cards?
This is what happens. Yes, this is his art. He's one of the battle card artists, right?
Dude, it took us like 3 hours to finish a game of
sort,
battle
yeah.
cards.
Now,
Yeah,
can you
because
use
what-
those cards over and over
insane.
again, or is it one shot?
It's a one-shot kind of thing. And this is back in the day. You didn't have internet or anything like that. And so if you scratched off certain cards and you got certain things, you would mail the card to the game creators, and they would mail you back special foil cards and special item cards and things like that.
Holy smokes.
The late 80s were so cool.
Dude, there was so
Yeah.
much, whatever you could, whatever idea you could conceive of, like a scratch it card game, it was made in the 80s.
Yeah. People are too lazy for that crap nowadays. It's like, oh, I could just do it on the computer, blah, 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 and it's done.
Well, everything gets kind of like mainlined, right? Like everything gets like you know, aggregated into like, oh, this is probably what people want. This is what people want. And it's like you look on something, even when you go to find new music, it's like, hey, we're going to suggest this music that everyone else likes. And so it becomes more popular. And now it just keeps showing up at the top of people's lists.
that's so
Meanwhile,
true. Nobody
there's
wants battle
those
cards.
sweet, juicy
Nobody.
B-sides just waiting for you. And that kind of stuff. I think the big deal about the 80s and the 90s was things was savored more.
Well, the thing is,
they
too,
were.
you play this game and it makes no sense. It is the most clunky, awkward game, but we had the best fucking
the
time
best
playing
time.
it.
Oh,
This
that
is
was
this
so
is
fun.
this is what Harry Dresden should look like. This is what Harry looks like in my mind.
This is-
like
dude, I was
this
thinking the same
lanky,
thing.
long-haired, gawky wizard.
Yeah, dude. His grandpa Frank coming over his shoulder.
Dude, Ian, start doing Dresden covers.
Yeah.
dude.
Now, just one more for Ian at the bottom here because it's so freaking cool.
Oh,
Here we are. What we
Dude,
got
it's-
here is
This is just
a
pure
knight
chaos.
so juicy.
and a
though.
wizard and some sort of dragon,
Dude,
and
just
you don't
getting
even know what's
blasted in
going
the
on.
face.
But
Oh
it's
my
detailed,
good night.
it's beautiful, it's all there.
Again, folks, you can go to our website and you will go to the show and you'll get the link and you can be right here with us, just losing your mind over this juicy dragon.
Now, I didn't talk too much about any specific art piece because Spectrum is chock full of art. And my friends, go online, grab a copy.
Yeah.
Go to your local bookseller, buy a copy. If you're an art enthusiast, you got to have these things. I mean, it's a reference. It is a book of inspiration. It's something to shoot for. Maybe, hey, like 2 years from now, I want to be in Spectrum, and that's what I'm going to try to do with my, with my talent, as a goal or something. It's a great book. I love it. I'm happy to have passed on Spectrum 1 to my dear friend over here.
Dude, that's incredible. Amazing. Yeah. And it's really cool, Brengineer. I've looked at Spectrum before. I know what it was, but I had no idea about the layer cake that was the Spectrum committees. So that's pretty cool. You gotta get yourself your Spectrum coin, folks.
Yeah, this is the Avengers of cover art.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And it's changed. I mean, Michael Whalen was one of the first judges. You can look in your book there, and it shows you all the judges in the book.
Okay, so yeah, I got the jury here. Is I guess the judges. So we got Rick Barry, Arnie Fenner, Tim Kirk. So Rick Barry, I'm not sure what he does. Arnie Fenner is listed as a Hallmark card designer. Okay, guy.
All right.
Tim Kirk is concept
lots of Santa going in that one.
Yeah, Walt Disney. We got Don Ivan.
Oh, Punchetz?
Yeah,
dude, that guy's a lord. We're coming to him later, folks.
Yeah. Dave Stevens, and then Lisa Taralico Robertson. She's a art director, and then finally, the man himself, who looks like he's on the front of a country western album, Mr. Whalen.
Oh,
Mr. Whalen.
Dude, Mr. Wet, oily canvas Whalen.
Oh, look at that stare to that smolder.
That schmolder.
Dude,
well, folks,
he's got the smold down.
What a sweet, awesome thing to uncover, Brengineer. And folks, don't buy Spectrum magazines because you want to listen to Cover Decoder.
Yeah.
Remember,
Cover Decoder
Spectrum's
magazine.
Cool. Yeah. But it's old news.
You'll still need us because you won't even understand what you're looking at anyway.
We'll be there to guide you through it.
You need us to explain it to you.
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
Do you think they've got context like Don LaBeef and Criff Holloway? No.
Who's gonna take you by the sweaty hand and lead you through Milk Valley?
That's right. You think they got Cedric Silk playing at their birthday party? No. All right,
folks. Well, I think the extra large garbage bag is down to its last present. What do we got here? Brengineer, I think you're the last one.
Well, it's giant and it's flat.
It's
what did
the
old
final gift now.
And whoever wrapped it likes Trader Joe's a whole lot. All right, here we go.
You got to use what you have.
Let's see here. Oh,
smell it.
Someone's stocking up on that $3 wine.
Hey man, you got to get that. That $2 Chuck is.
Hey, it's $3 Chuck now.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
Damn.
It's like $2 and something.
This is bullshit.
That's a cheap man's
Thanks a lot,
right
Trump.
Holy shnikes. All right, what do we got here? I'm having trouble getting this bag off here.
Yeah, Criff put a lot of tape on there.
Yeah.
You got to Frankenstein those bags.
That's the name of one of his albums. I'm having trouble getting this bag off of here. I think it was a single, actually.
It was a B-side.
All right, here we go. What do we got here? We got...
Here we go. They're right.
Look at it.
All right.
Look at it. Right. Rev up your RPMs, folks. What did Criff get you?
A Road Warrior poster. What the heck? This is amazing. All right.
Look at
you guys, Are you able to see it? Are you able to witness it?
Yeah.
Witness me!
Witness me! Yes, in all its glory.
Okay, so here's what we got on this thing.
Oh, this is incredible.
Okay, we've got damn, where do I even start? In the background, you've got a city, right? The oil. If you're familiar with the Road Warrior, it's that oil city where the bandits are trying to get into.
Gas Town.
Yeah.
On either side, you've got the two the hero and the villain, right? You got Max. He's going for his little shotgun on his hip holster, kind of a Western style. And then you've got what's his face?
Wes, I believe, is his name, isn't it?
Whiz.
No.
Humongous.
Humongous.
That's right.
You got Humongous on the other side. And then right in the middle, you've got that awesome truck freaking going
that truck
80 miles
scene.
an hour. It's got those little turrets on top of the spikes that the Gastown people sit in. And then the tagline is, "In the future, cities will become deserts, roads will become battlefields, and the hope of mankind will appear as a stranger."
Wow. Yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah, so, folks, I've known the Brengineer for a while, and I was in Oregon City digging through. So there's Goodwill Cummy, and then there's a place called, I believe it's the Coin Corner in Oregon City.
Oh, the Coin Corner!
And it is filled. This is like, your hands are a different...
It's brimming with cum.
Your hands are a different color when you leave. Like, I was disgusted that I actually had like my fingers stuck together when I was done going through. But
It is a pile of old, sad, broken toys.
in bags, in like bags that are
baggies?
so filmy you can't see inside.
Yeah.
Baggies filled with He-Man parts and Star Wars memorabilia and old like comics and
There's an old
where
soda
girls
shop
go
in the
to
back.
die.
Do not get
That's right.
anything from that soda shop. I can speak from experience that ice cream has not seen the light of day since this poster
It's kept
was made.
in the sun until they decide to freeze it. So I was looking through, getting my hands sticky as a good cover decoder will do, and I found a giant stack of posters, folks. All reprints. This is a reprint. It's not an original. But
It's all right.
the posters they had were fantastic. Like, you don't find these at Best Buy, okay? So wherever they got these reprints, someone brought them in, but they were awesome. And I flipped to this one, and to my knowledge, there was a series of films that were Brengineer's favorites, and there was a time, and it may still be to this day, where Road Warrior and Mad Max were the Brengineer's wheelhouse, and everything was dusty motorcycles and chases and apocalypse, folks.
I was watching these movies. I was playing a lot of the early Fallout games.
Yep.
I was loving the apocalypse. I eventually found weird B-movie ones like Hell Comes to Frogtown.
War Truck.
War Truck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. What's that one with the sport where they're playing that sport and Rutger Hauer's in it?
Oh, Flesh of
Heroes. Or Blood of Heroes.
Is horrible.
Yeah, Blood of
great.
Heroes with Rutger Hauer. It's a sports movie that takes place in the apocalypse, and they play this game called Dog Skull.
Well, okay, so kind of a connection. The first supplement to that After the Bomb RPG game was called Roadhogs, and it was basically the west coast of the U.S., and it was basically Animals Mad Max. And it was
amazing.
all Roadhogs, and it was totally riffing off of this film and films like it.
So, folks, we love seeds at Cover Decoder, and we actually have quite a few this season coming up. Last season we talked about Dune, which was definitely a sci-fi seed. Mad Max basically changed the apocalypse forever.
Yeah.
There is not an apocalyptic thing that has come out that has not been stroked by George Miller's image of the apocalypse in Australia,
Oh, my
folks.
goodness.
It is such a monumental piece of culture that you cannot see it and not make a connection with something.
Right.
And it's a fantastic. Every Mad Max film is great. George Miller is a fantastic director.
Even
But
Thunderdome. Like, a lot of people don't like Thunderdome.
No, Thunderdome is fantastic.
Thunderdome is disjointed. It's definitely like part 1 and part 2 because it was directed by 2 people. But it is still a fantastic movie.
Well, and here's the cool thing. You have 2 eras of Mad Max. You have, like, the regular story Mad Max, which is the first one, the second one, and then you have, like, the 80s versions, which is where it goes fantasy with Thunderdome and the new vision with Fury Road. So it's really cool because they're all great, but they all have kind of a different style that goes with them.
Yeah. I love him as kind of like the roving, like warrior, and now he doesn't even have, like, those aren't his stories. He just shows up to, like, help or assist and get that the other characters over
He's
that
just trying
hill.
to move on.
Yeah, sort of like a Hercules, or like he's become this like heroic myth character, like a Hercules or a Odysseus, where he's touching all these other myths.
That's right. And folks, this poster gave me a mythical journey. And I thought what I would do is take you. We would get in our scrapper, we'd go looking for gas, and we'd go on a journey through the wasteland together because we had our Detective Incoloni moment in the Patreon episode, folks. And we're about to have detective tapes on the scene here. So it all started
Look
with
out
this.
for detective tapes.
I wanted to know who did this poster? Who did the fucking art of this poster here? This is the A poster for the 1981 film Road Warrior, okay? So this is the A style. I do not know.
That was 81?
Yep.
81.
It was 1981?
81.
yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
I do not know who made this poster, folks. I still do not. At the end of this is Memento. You get to know the end. I don't know. A lot of resources said the art was by Commander. It just said Commander, but the problem is
we had old Commander to roll that up.
Yeah, okay, we got Commander on the job. Commander comes up as either completely the wrong people or some printing agency. So, and it's not signed. The poster is not
hidden.
signed.
There's not a hidden.
Not-
There's not a
name
John
somewhere?
Alvin in there.
Not to my eyes, but here's the thing, folks. This poster may be a ripoff. It may be a rip of another poster, so let's get in here. So the story begins. While sitting in the booth at Fitzgibbon's House of Ham and Egg, puzzling over the creation of this, I had a shady character approach me, and he whispered in my ear, "You gotta dig deeper." So I did. And what I found under the cover carpet led me to an awesome journey. All right? So here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit... We're going to start. We're going to go on my full journey here, folks, and what I found. So we're going to start like every good, cover decoder does. He hits the Google streets. All right?
Yeah.
So why don't you fellas go to the next poster here? This is the B-style American poster. So
All right.
I love this poster.
Brengineer, you had the A-style American. This is the B-style American poster.
I'm not a fan.
Inks, why don't you tell us
You're
what we
not?
got?
Well, okay, so it's cool. It's got Road Warrior, big red blocky letters on the bottom. We've got Mr. Mel pretty much taking up the whole
half.
half. If this is sectioned out into 2 halves, he's got whole half, full body. We see him toes to top of his head, hair to toes. He's in his full leather outfit. He's got his gun blade out. And he's got an aura of orange red.
I love
this so
covering
much.
him. The thing I don't like is that they
Tell
have
us.
dedicated the whole other half of this poster to telling you how great this movie is.
But it works.
love it.
Somehow it works.
It's so bad.
From a
It's
graphic
so bad, but
design
it's so
standpoint, if you're gonna do this, it's done well. His blade is pushing in between the quotes. This would be a really good magazine page or magazine ad. It's just, I am a cover Decoder, full and true, and I would love to see more taken up.
But here's the thing: you have two styles of poster here, right? The first one is all the flame. It's all the imagery, and this one, dude,
Yeah, it's a screechy guitar solo.
It is, but this is just badass, cold steel Mel Gibson, and I love the red border around him.
Well, it's
His
terrible.
aura.
I love, and the reason they did that is because he's wearing black. He's in black leather.
Yeah, they had to do that.
They only did that
Good
to make
point.
him stand out. But I love these bad. It was just like that Clark Ashton Smith cover. I love
very
the
poopy.
bad. I love the bad chopped out collage look. And someone took a big old picture of Mel, sat there with some scissors, frickin' chopped him out, stuck him on a thing, and like, oh, it's not going to work against the black. What should we do next? Red marker.
I get it, you red marker.
Quick, throw up the accolades. Tell people they like the movie. So
Apocalypse, pow, exhilarating entertainment deserves to become the first hit of the summer season.
Here's what's cool about this, folks. This is where this poster led me to a dead end. Don't know who the artist is. It's a graphic. It didn't take much time, but there was thought put into it, like Brangineer said.
Yeah, it's
what's cool
tough
though,
out there.
this B-style poster, if you have this is rare steak. This is beef money, folks.
Ooh, beef money.
Yeah, you slap this down at Tang's, you're getting all the dancers that night because the B poster didn't have as many printings. So there's a lot less floating around. So if you take a look at this, and I found a really cool article, which I'll go ahead and post, all about the different styles of posters and sizes and printings and stampings, which was really cool. But if you have this poster and it's folded, because it was 1981, that's just around the time when things were folded, and after that they started to sell them in rolls. But if you have
this poster is on sale on eBay for $125.
Yeah, I found an original for $8.90. Ooh, baby. So go for the 121 because that's much better.
Yeah. This, if you go to that again, we're going to do that documentary, the 24 by 36, that'll tell you about the poster world and everything. And an alternate name to this show could have been the Poster Boys. We went with cover decoder because we want to talk about not just movie posters, but we circle around to movie posters a ton.
That's right. So the journey here, it didn't go anywhere, right? Dead leads, other than finding some cool information about posters. So I'm sitting here racking my brain, all right? I'm probably about 30 minutes in, okay? Second cup of coffee down. I need more facts. So I go in my brain, I say, okay, folks, I need to go to the source. I need to go back to the original, see if I can find an OG artist that will lead me to the next film.
Back to
Sometimes
basics,
that
pal.
helps.
Yeah.
So I went to Mad Max, the first film.
This is one of my favorite posters.
This is so great.
Of all time.
This is
Brangineer,
great.
what are you looking at?
Well, okay, so it isn't true to the movie.
No.
Like, he's got this awesome cyber mask on with a red eye. That's weird.
The
But
title makes it sound like he's like a future cop, which I guess he kind of is, but it's like time cop or
Yeah,
something.
when you watch the movie, you don't get huge future vibes.
No.
no, you get like it's close. It's like 10 years away.
Yeah.
Right.
But in
And
this, you got him standing. He's got this awesome pose.
Yeah.
Like, he's sort of just like, whoa, I'm in the apocalypse. Whoa, my gun is smoking.
I got a smoking gun here.
All right, someone's
He's
going to die?
He's holding his awesome Doom 2 sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
There's a frickin' eagle in the back. There's a burning building. He's got his car behind him, which is not black, but white instead. It's supposed to be black.
It's from the glare. It's from the glare,
glare,
coming
yeah.
off of
It's
the,
from the
the
glare
hot
there,
sun
mate.
And then you got
Yeah,
this
you got the
limp,
glare
dead
coming off
hand reaching out behind a motorcycle wreckage. and there's a stream of blood coming down. It's one of my favorite posters.
And
it's so
the Mad Max
cool.
logo kind of has that
right,
hot
man.
rod.
Oh,
hot
yeah,
rod
it's
red
hot.
sort of.
It's too hot to touch.
Which, speaking of Aussie accents, folks, if you didn't know this, Mad Max, when they brought it to the States, they felt like no one could understand what Mel Gibson was saying, so they dubbed him.
They dubbed everybody. They dubbed everyone, but I think one actress who like didn't have any lines, right? But she sang a song. She sings a song in a bar. They didn't dub that.
Atrocious.
It's so bad. The first time I ever watched this was the dubbed version when I was a kid. Just terrible.
It was
and then
awful.
when I finally got to watch the undubbed version, I'm like, this is so much better. It's
Dude,
so
it's
good
insane.
now.
It is insane the difference in the film. So if you can watch the dubbed version, do it because it's a little piece of history.
That just gives
So-
you a really good indication of how insane producers are. Like they
Yeah.
literally march to the beat of their own drum. Like they don't. I'm
No
sure
one's
people
gonna
like.
understand him.
I'm sure people like
No
we can
sales.
understand him. They are fine. They have Australian accents. People can understand this. It's gonna sound great. Like no one's gonna understand the little Aussie accent. We gotta get this beefy
him outta
hunk
here.
over here. He's gonna do Mad Max's voice. It's gonna be great.
Well,
Hey there, baby.
it's like, how
Looks
could you
like
not?
I need to save the world again.
I'm gonna go rip up the road here. I mean, Aussie stuff was big at that time. Like there was this definite like Australian explosion going on at the time.
Well, these movies actually kind of started putting Australia on the board.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mad Max, actually the first Mad Max film was huge in Australia, and this is important for later, folks, so keep this in mind.
Keep it in mind.
Mad Max 2, Road Warrior, that was giant in America and Australia. So this is important. Remember this. But, so this film, what I found in the leads, folks, is do all roads lead to Frazetta? Do they all lead to Frazetta?
I thought this looked like a Frazetta.
So, indeed,
Is this Frazetta?
I found many people saying, look at this Road Warrior, look at this Mad Max image by Frazetta. And my mind was blown. I was like, I get to bring Frazetta in.
Wow, he resisted the urge to make him huge.
Okay.
And without a chunky ass.
But here's what happened, folks.
If he,
There is a navel.
if you
here's what-
rotate it, yeah.
Here's what happened. I had to be sure. So I tried to message the Frazetta girls, and I didn't get a reply, which is no problem because they're busy putting out
busy.
chunky man asses.
They're great.
Which I'm
Follow
happy
them on
about.
Instagram.
I'm
follow
happy.
them on Instagram.
Follow them. They do amazing work. Grandpa Frank is very happy.
Yeah, that's his granddaughters.
Because I had to message them because I found a contradiction. Because I found another artist named Bill Garland, folks. I found Bill Garland. I had people saying Frazetta. I had people saying Bill Garland. So finally, after much researching, I found Bill Garland's website.
Yes.
And in his website, folks, was this cover. So
It was a Bill Garland.
What's hard is that Frazetta influenced so many people. I try to draw like Frazetta. We all have tried to draw. You listener, look in the mirror. You know you've done it.
your body is influenced by Frazetta.
But
Here's the
even
thing-
like his ground, the ground is like very simple brushstrokes, just like Frazetta does.
Yep.
Like Frazetta's focus is like the center of the piece. It's always the center.
Composition.
Anything on the outside, that sort of the outside edges of the image are always real rough, almost just like just put some
Dreamlike.
brushstrokes here. But the inside's like sweat, glistening, chunky ass.
Yeah, and so I had to find this. I found his website actually through a poster auction site. So a really good way to find artists, folks, is poster auctions
yeah.
often put the artist because
You have
they
to.
want, when they sell the poster, they want you to know who you're buying from. So it had Bill Garland. I was able to type in Bill Garland, find his website, and this was credited. Bill Garland, he has been an advertising agency creative director, award-winning commercial illustrator. He's been doing it for 30 years, and he's done everything in the art world. He originally worked for Ford Motor Company. And then from his website, he says, I use my technical skills to enhance my command of a wide range of artistic styles, working primarily in the entertainment industry. I have created the main images on countless projects for every major Hollywood studio and television network. I am the recipient of multiple awards, including the Key Art Award for my illustrations for Batman. Ooh. I have also painted primary poster images for a variety of film genres, from sci-fi classics like Mad Max to comedies, such as Monty Python's Meaning of Life and Brazil.
Brazil.
So this is Bill Garland, folks, and I can see why some of those guys would have gotten confused because they had some of Frazetta's other works. He's done other works similar to this, which look, he did one, I can't remember the name of the film, with Clint Eastwood. And
the Gauntlet. I was going to bring that up at some point. Clint Eastwood has never looked so good.
Dude, this looks like it absolutely could be Frazetta package. It is not. It is Bill Garland. We have him to thank for this.
The only thing that's missing is a woman in his arms. Like, she would be clutching.
No, then it would have been Frazetta.
Clutching his leg.
Yeah, then it would have.
That's what I'm
saying. That's how you know it's Frazetta.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have been a bustalicious woman, and it would have been a Frazese.
I love this. I love this Brazil.
Yeah, scroll down. Great. I just had to put one sample of his artwork, folks. Here's an image of Brazil.
Good job, Bill.
Such an incredible piece. Really cool. Really captures the mood of the film. The blue, the neon logo. So cool.
If you haven't seen the film Brazil, it's an amazing piece of cinema.
And I believe it's another Brengineer top tier, if I'm not mistaken.
Top tier Brengineer film.
Man, we're going to have to do a Patreon where we do our top, 5 films or top 3 films.
Talk about the covers. I like it.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. And his art style, folks, is yes. He has done everything.
Okay.
I looked, because I wanted to find out what he painted in, but the list of the mediums he used, because here's the thing about these illustrators. We learned about this in a past episode when we did Monster Squad, is that these guys, because they were in illustration so long, because they worked with the industry, everything.
Yeah,
everything
let's do it all.
They could do, they did. I have to believe this is oils. It's soft. It's got that kind of blocky texture to it. If it was acrylics, it would be a lot harder. Harder edges, cleaner edges. If you didn't know any
better, you would almost think this is a digital painting.
Oh, yeah.
You could. You could for sure. But yes, we have Bill Garland to thank. So, folks, the other thing about Mad Max is it brought a POL. We didn't think it was going to, but it did. It brought out a pour out a little liquor. So, whatever you're doing right now,
let's do it.
Grab whoever's next to you, grab their face. You look them in the eye and you say, his name was Hugh Case Byrne. Remember him when you look into the night sky. Yes, folks. The man who played Tokata and Immortan Joe, a wonderful character actor. He didn't play in a whole lot of movies, actually. But he was a stage actor, apparently. And, dude, his roles, Toe Cutter and Immortan Joe are... You cannot forget them.
Memorable villains. Just evil.
I love that. I love that they brought it back too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I just really want his jacket. I hope that they. Auction off his jacket. I want that jacket, particularly
one day
the horse.
You're going to be sifting through the muck at Coin Corner.
Yeah.
This is
You're going to move a bearskin rug out of the way.
That'll be a good day at Coin Corner. So yes, Hugh died peacefully at 73. He was an awesome actor. And I heard a cool story. I think Brent Engineer might have told me this, but him and George Miller were really good friends, and he was kind of retired. And I guess he just likes to garden and drink coffee and hang out with people. And George Miller just called him up, and he was just kind of like, "Do you want to be in another Mad Max?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, why not? I'll do it. I'll drink milk from processed milk titties. That's fine with me." It's great.
Got my whole
So yeah, he rides Shiny and Chrome through Valhalla, folks.
Yes.
And we have him to thank for some amazing roles. Now, I'm still stuck. All right.
We're still stuck. We haven't even figured out Fury Road yet.
I haven't.
Or not Fury Road.
I haven't figured out Road Warrior.
Road
I don't know who
Warrior.
did the poster. So I'm doing my next drastic measure.
No
which is
cover beats this. I'm looking
I
ahead.
will-
No cover
I image search, folks.
will ever
what I
beat
do-
this.
Gotta do it.
What I do is I stop looking at the links. I go straight into images and I look for anything that looks like it could be an auction or it could be an old relic. And while I was image searching, the circle of cover life was reconnected. we got reestablished.
Yes.
We got reestablished with our blockbuster episode from season 1.
Yes,
and
it's gotta be him.
Found
Nothing beats this, folks. This is
found
the ultimate poster.
the most amazing poster ever by Tong D fucking Panumis again. Who wants to go again? This one is just incredible.
How do you even explain this? You just have to look at it.
Go, engineer.
All right.
Try.
We got hyper realistic. I mean, hyper realistic. Everyone's just slick with sweat. Everything's in this red, brown. It's kind of
Brown.
like if you
This
ate
is-
those
yeah, this
spaghetti
is
noodles
Bridget
and you
Brown.
had diarrhea, and you've got this bloody diarrhea
In the wasteland.
noodle shard
Covered in
crap
sand.
covered in sand color palette. You've got just chaos below with cars and trucks and exploding everything. You've got all the main characters through the middle, the flying helicopter, spiky leather sweat hockey mask,
Meat danglers.
meat dangling, meaty meat. You've got Mel Gibson at the very top. Just you're looking down, there's shotgun barrels, which is smoking.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah.
Dude, Thai posters, folks. Tong D Panumis. Okay, so Tong D Panumis, we did
Tong D.
last season
Yep.
for our Predator poster, which was incredible. I
In the
found him then.
Blockbusters episode.
This is the actual Thai release, though. This was not a
really?
recent commission.
That wasn't
this
just
came
commission,
out,
okay.
This is 81 for Thailand.
I've never seen someone who could encapsulate the entire movie in one image so well.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pure
this-
chaos, which is what the movie is.
Why don't American posters look like this? American posters suck.
Yeah.
American posters suck. They're terrible. When you look at things like this, it makes you mad. I am mad right now because this poster is so good, and I look at like stupid Transformers and stupid dumb poopy other things.
Oh, dang. He's pulling out the 5-year-old language, folks.
Dude, it happens. It's
That's all
what
that came to
happens.
my enraged mind.
Oh, dude. So, folks, it's one of the most incredible posters I've seen. It is the best Mad Max Road Warrior poster. And again, one of the things that we talked about last time is he hand painted the logo again in the corner
really?
there. It's
Holy
amazing.
smokes.
He
With
painted
all that
Mad Max
shine?
in
Oh
Thai
my
with a
gosh.
shine. So
Wow.
Again.
As someone who does a lot of lettering, this is not a human.
Top
He's
level.
he's not a mortal like the rest of us.
No,
his,
dude,
his
he-
father had to have been Zeus or Odin or something.
Yeah. Probably something more Thai, but that's okay.
I don't know. Is there a Thai?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Odin went there
Okay.
on vacation.
Thai
once.
Odin, okay.
That could be. Anyway, we have Tong D to thank for this and for making my fucking jaw and dong drop to the floor.
Yeah.
But again, folks,
Made my
in
dong rip through
despair.
my pants.
in despair because I couldn't figure it out. And I was starting to get a little mad. And I decided to go to Wiki. And I went to the Wiki, and I
Wiki can
saw
be
an
good.
interesting image in the corner. Because
we got here?
Wiki will give you an image for the poster.
Okay.
So I clicked on it, and my brain made a connection. It made a
I like
connection.
connections.
And I found a new resource. I found a new resource, and it led me to something amazing. So, boys, if you go to Wikipedia and you click on the image will bring up a details section. If you click on the details section, it will lead you to a list of sources. And not all the time, occasionally it will have a source to where the image came from. And I clicked on the source, and it took me to a site that led me to Rudy Obrero and the controversy that might or might not be that we're about to talk about for this Mad Max 2 poster, which was the international release poster from Australia, folks. Somebody tell me what we're looking at.
All right. Well, it's the same. It's the exact same composition as the first poster that we saw.
Yes, it is.
The truck is going right down the middle. Instead of the orange color palette, though, we have heavy grays. Gastown is exploding, and you can tell a lot. You can see the explosion better because of the gray sky. Mad Max and the main villain are both in their full color palettes. Like, you can see the creamy skin, you can see the bulges, you can see the ripples of the arms, and you can see all the shines off of the metal and the claw. It's just it's like they're standing right in front of you, rather than a stylized ghost of their image. It is as if they are standing in front of you.
And it's very muscly and beefy, and the colors, you can see everything.
Oh, and the Mad Max 2 logo is right down the middle. Now, it says Mad Max 2
there you go.
Rather than the Road Warrior.
I told you, we were coming back to it. Okay, so if you scroll down, folks, I have a side-by-side comparison. What happened here? Because you can see Mad Max 2 is signed. In the corner by the boot on Humongous, you will see
you're right.
Rudy Obrero's signature. Now, why would they not sign the poster on the left-hand side? Is it because they painted over this picture?
No,
did they paint over the original poster? Did they use his art? Did they just copy it, but they didn't want to credit him? What happened?
The city's not exploding. The knife in the boot looks different.
Dude, the truck is the same. The
orange
people
one
are the same.
Well, not really though. Look at the leg and the boot and everything. It's all flappy on the orange one.
Yeah,
where
correct.
It's not
this
so.
This is a repaint.
It's a repaint. It's got to be. He's got the armor on in the orange one where he doesn't. He's just got his man flesh. Yeah, it's slightly different.
The truck's way more chrome in the Road Warrior one.
The thing is, so what's interesting, folks, I tried so hard to look up examples of studios going over other artists' work, because you know that shit would happen. Because back in the day, I mean, they would pay you and they would do whatever they would. Artists wouldn't even get their names on posters. So here's part 2 of this saga, right? This Mad Max 2 poster, nobody in the States, remember we were talking about this, nobody in the States knew what Mad Max was. So when Mad Max 2 came out, they didn't want to publish it as Mad Max 2 because they didn't want people to know that it was a sequel, because it wouldn't have made sense. So they changed the title to Road Warrior. So this international poster, which was supposed to be sent to the States, and I don't think was printed enough either because they didn't expect it to be so big, had to be redone because they didn't want it to be Mad Max 2. They needed it to be Road Warrior so people would be able to watch the movie and not feel like they hadn't seen the original first. So in my mind, I want to believe that either, and this seems unlikely, they had an artist basically copy Rudy Obrero's artwork. And just basically plagiarize the whole thing, but do it themselves, or they just took a copy of it and went over it themselves and changed it.
I think they must have done a repaint, because I'm looking at, there's just too many details in here that are different. Like
so
the
different,
whole
like
the whole front of the truck. I mean, look at the shotgun. The shotgun butt is totally different.
True. The muscles are more wiry too.
Yeah.
You've got less of the nah.
I wonder if this may have been a Rudy sketch that he used.
Yeah.
Because,
or they just got the poster and then some guy just did a trace and a copy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if you guys were on Patreon and I went into that whole John Alvin business, and also if you go to John Alvin's website, if you go to what was the Italian artist that we see a lot?
Casaro.
You go to John Alvin, Casaro, Struzan, you will see that they do multiple versions of a poster a lot of times. That's true. And then they'll turn it in, and the execs will say, we want that one, and then they'll paint it. But you do see a bunch of different versions of the same poster that are close to the same concept, but are maybe a little bit different. This is so
much work. I can't believe that he would have done this twice. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I don't know. Like
they get paid
the
for
one
it.
thing. The thing that I kind of run into is John Alvin. Again, on our Patreon, you guys weren't. If you weren't there for it, he had done Willow, and he used pieces from his Willow posters to make more posters.
Right, which was smart. But in any case, folks, I have to believe that whether this other poster is also by Rudy, and it could be because maybe what they did is they did this to get rid of his name, or that was just an addition, because I know that they don't like poster artists on there.
Scour this thing.
I know, right? But regardless, I think it's very safe to say that regardless if someone else painted this is a direct Rudy riff.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can thank Rudy for the composition at the very least.
Oh, not just the composition. I mean,
it's a pretty straight ripoff.
The concept.
Yeah, if there ever there was plagiarism, this is plagiarism right here. Right. You just added your own sauce on top. You covered it in Chet Ochre paint. That's in the Cover Decoder cover pack, folks.
Yeah,
you got that.
Yeah. Brengineer Brown, Chet Ochre.
That's right. So. Yeah, like I said, regardless of the controversy, I tried to find out from Rudy himself. He's got a Facebook account. I think it's been deactivated for ages, but I tried to contact him. No luck. So the case is not closed. It's still open. Yeah. Hopefully one day we will figure it out. Yeah. And if one of you out there knows, let us know.
Find a Zolo is going to track you down.
I want to know. Yeah. But I want to give you a little information on Rudy here because Rudy has a pretty cool story as well. So Rudy Obrero was actually one of the first illustrators to work on the Masters of the Universe toy line. Oh. So Jason Shook, if you're listening, I know
deep
that
80s, folks.
This is right up your alley here. And he, among a few others, created the iconic work for lots of the Master of the Universe toys. Some of the names here are Castle Grayskull, Battle Cat, Wind Raider, and Battle Ram are under his
the Battle
name.
Ram.
So, again, professional illustrator, 39 years. This dude is a master.
Dude, look at Battle Cat.
Oh. Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
Look at little kitty for you.
And this is back when the box of a toy was a piece of artwork in of itself.
Back when it was freaking cool.
Yeah, absolutely, just fantastic artwork. Yeah, no, not really.
Some of the artists that I follow. When was the last
time you got a toy for this, like this? You tell me that you didn't have to pay $50 for. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, so one of my favorite artists, Ken Lashley, still does a lot of stuff for like Star Wars. But you're right, it is rare.
Yeah, because the thing is, you only get art like this with collector's toys for adult nerds.
Right, and he does a lot of collector's box sets and stuff.
Yeah. Another piece he did here was for Never Say Never Again, which once again, we bring back the master of Scottish swag.
Pour out some more liquor.
That's right. So we got a double POL here, folks. And if you listen to our Patreon, you'd know all about that. So you need that in your life.
Yes.
But this piece, first of all, this piece is so just corny and stupid, but I love it.
The 80s workout clothes.
Yeah, the 80s workout clothes, just the worst.
Is
Dude,
the best.
I love
the
it.
absolute worst.
Look
it's
at
the
his
worst
smile.
best. It's like it's Elric. It's the worst and the best at the same time.
But look how beautiful this piece is.
So
it's
beautiful.
insane. And this
Look
I
how
gotta
beautiful I
believe
am.
is probably acrylic and some airbrushing as well to get that beautiful glow. And it's also very sharp. So I think this is probably acrylic. And this was cool. This is a personal accomplishment for him because I guess he was a huge fan of all the 007 novels. So when he got to do this poster, it was a big deal for him because he finally got to live out that dream. But what's cool, folks, about the Masters of the Universe toy collection here is that there's actually a documentary called Toy Masters. Ooh. And he is in that documentary, and the whole thing is about the Masters of the Universe toys because they were a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
There's a good Netflix show called The Toys That Made Us.
Great show.
Which is a great show.
And now the movies that made us.
Yeah, there's a whole one about Masters of the Universe. It's so good.
Oh, that's perfect.
Maybe we
that
want to
ties
collect
right
all
in.
the toys.
It's
And I
probably
guess-
not as long. It's about a half an hour. So if you only have a half an hour to burn.
There you go. Toy Masters is cool too because I guess there was a lot of competition in the He-Man toy industry for people claiming for work. Yeah, and so I guess it's a pretty cool story. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. But if you were a kid and you owned one of these, or if you still own one of these, you can thank Rudy Obrero for not only doing this, but making sweaty muscles.
It's so much muscles. I mean, just look at this guy. He's just a bag of bulge.
A bag of bulge.
He's a bag of
folks.
bulge.
So in the end, I didn't figure out.
He's loving operating that battle ram too. He's just gonna charge that thing right into some sort of crevice.
I didn't discover who created Brengineer's poster, but I did something much more memorable. I found a bunch of covers, and they all had amazing artists, whether we know them or not. And it was just an awesome journey through the wasteland. And this is also a cover decoder journey, folks. So thank you for taking it with us.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Joining us on this greasy, unplanned surprise journey through gifts that were delivered by
Criff has always got you back.
No, okay.
Back to
He's
the
still at
closet,
your house.
Criff.
Okay. Anyways, but thanks for joining us tonight and being here as we unwrapped the warmth, the greatness that this season, this cover season brings us. And again, if you wanna follow us online, we are on Instagram at Cover Decoder. We have our website, coverdecoder.com. We also have our Cover Decoder at Gmail, where you can send us covers, you can send us clues, you can send us links, you can send us toy packages. We will devour them, and we will give them to your fellow cover junkies.
You could have an episode of your own.
That's right. And speaking of which, we also have a Patreon. It is the Cover Cult. You can join the Cover Cult. You can become a Cover Cultist. And you will get an extra show every month where we bring our A game. I'll just say that.
You'll become immortalized in song.
In song.
In song.
We haven't figured out how to get the cloaks to you guys yet, but you will at least get that atmosphere.
That's right.
And finally, I want to take us out with a little poem about
a poem.
A little poem there.
A
Inks.
poem.
Yes,
I
this
will
is
read it.
I will read it.
Yes, this is a story. I said, I shall tell you of a night I will never forget, a night that has stuck to me like leather drenched in sweat. I saw a figure in the early hours of the 25th who I thought was only a myth. Yes, here in the greater Milk Valley, there's a legend we tell of a holiday visitor preceded by a vinyl smell. A jolly fellow bringing not baubles or toys, but covers to all the good girls and good boys. And not in a sleigh pulled by deer, but an old Chevy van stuck in the fourth gear. I awoke before dawn to faint music from an 8-track tape, so I went to the den where I saw a wondrous shape. There he stood tall and strong, but less Vallejo-esque from all the years of eating road food and drinking cold beers. Atop his magnificent skeleton head sat a worn beanie of faded red that went with his patch-covered denim vest and pants so tight they put the stitching to test. But most of all, I noticed a great beard and cheeks the color of faded pages, like those in an old book read over and over throughout the ages. Then he bounded back to his van and gave me a wink and flew off into the night, streaking a trail of pink. As I stood there in shock, like a VHS on pause, I realized I had just seen the cover clause.
Yes!
So this year, leave out a bag of Culvers or something greasy. Look at some comfort covers and take it easy. Sleep well and let your fantastic cover dreams take flight, because the cover clause comes on Christmas night.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays,
We'll see you in
folks.
January.